Hey guys, it's Kip from Famous by Friday Pickleball. Got a brand new paddle to review, a fun paddle, weird paddle, the new paddle from the Flik Sandbox, the Flik Plus. This paddle has one thing that no other paddle has, and likely no other paddle will have, and it's size. Size matters. Look at this bad boy. It is 17 inches long, 8 inches wide. I'm going to hold it up to just a kind of a normal, if you will, 16.5 by 7.5 paddle and give you an idea of the size of this bad boy. It is wide and it is long, and no, it will never be USAP approved, never be anything approved. It's just kind of for fun, just kind of to get out and play, maybe for beginners or somebody just wants a little extra. The grip is even 5.8 inches long by 4.25 inches in circumference. This bad boy is just big. It does have a poly core. It does have 3 layers on the surface though. 2 layers of Toray T700 carbon fiber and 1 layer of fiberglass. So it should play really well. Kind of a little old school, not Gen 2, not Gen 3, not any of that. But what it does have is size. This paddle does come in at $80 US, which is really cheap. You know, if you just want to get out there and learn to play, it just kind of gives you that extra space, extra surface to kind of get out there and hit a little bit. It does weigh in at 8 ounces. It's definitely not cheap in any way. Just for fun, just different. Kind of excited just to get out and hit a few balls with it and see what it'll do. Once again, I'm going to show that just again in comparison how big this bad boy is. It is. It's got some heft. The grip's long. It's a little bit of chaos. And I expect it will be on the court as well. Excited to get out and try this and just hit a little bit and see what happens. The new Flik Plus. Size matters. All right, I'll be back. The size matters. I like that. All right. Oh, really nice. Last time I hit my phone, the sound turns off, so we'll see what happens. All right. Oh, really nice. I tried to kind of let up off that and kind of just roll it in. It's still nice. Let me do that again. Really nice serve. Let me go after that target. This paddle is a little longer, so you kind of expect it to be, the further the sweet spot gets from your hand, the more chaos it can be. All right. Oh, that had a nice whistle to it. Hey guys, back. Just spent the last several weeks kind of off and on getting to know the new Flik Plus Size Matters paddle. This paddle I think I said in the opener that it's chaos in size. It's chaos in everything, but it is a lot of fun to hit. I'm going to bounce through the attributes, but you have to kind of search for the attributes a little bit. The sweet spot's so far away from your hand. It's way out here. So it almost feels a little tennis rackety. But once you get out there and kind of find the sweet spot a little bit, the sweet spot, you go to a 16-inch paddle. I mean, the sweet spot's kind of down in here probably. This one's up in here. There's a huge difference once you get this big of a paddle. But as far as torque, going through this, I mean, you can really get some torque on the ball. And I'm going to discuss that with the power numbers. But you can also get a lot of spin because you've got so much flick, really flick, the name of the paddle. I mean, you're getting so much of it because it's all the way kind of out here where you normally don't even hit. You hit it out here and it really throws the ball, and you can have a lot of fun with this paddle. I'm going to start the attributes here of this paddle, the performance of it, and I always start with power. Normal service numbers, 48 to 50, somewhere in there. This paddle didn't have anything under 50. The average service speed was 52.6. I wasn't jumping on it at all. The ball just kind of shot off of here. Once again, there's so much torque when you get that long of a paddle. I mean, the ball just jumps and it really goes out there just with ease. 52.6 was the average service speed. That's outstanding. Accuracy and control, it did suffer a little bit. You know, once you get out there, when your sweet spot's closer to your hand, if you think about it, the better accuracy and control you're going to have. Now, the sweet spot's all the way out here. Accuracy and control, it was a bit of a challenge. And the consistency came along with that because you were all the way out here. But once again, I think this paddle is kind of designed for, you know, big power, big fun, big spin, all of those things. And probably kind of maybe beginners or somebody like that wants to get just used to hitting the ball and not having to work hard. We see a lot of times with beginner paddles, they're so bad, you almost develop bad habits because you're trying to work so hard to get the ball back that the sweet spots are just tiny. With this paddle, the sweet spot's enormous, and it'd be perfect for that, I think, because you don't have to work hard to get the ball back, and it's really easy to use. But accuracy control and consistency is going to suffer if that's your game and that's what you're used to. It is going to suffer just a little bit, but it is there, and you can kind of find it. Once you get used to using this paddle, it's there. Feedback and feel, just totally plush ride. There's so much it's not jarring at all. The surface area is just really nice to hit off of. Very nice. Great sweet spot. This whole paddle is almost a sweet spot. So once again, no jarring, no anything like that. You can just hit it pretty much anywhere and let it ride. The technology of this paddle is really good. I mean, you were to go with the 3 layers on the surface, the 2 layers of Torii T700 carbon fiber and the 1 layer of fiberglass. This is really a functional paddle. It's not something you're going to get and then just, grow out of in a couple of weeks. If you got used to playing with it, you could. If you're a beginner or you're not going to play tournaments, who cares? I mean, just use it. No problem at all. Good defense to offense. Anything you get this paddle in front of, it's going to go back. And let's say you're coming back from an injury or just starting this maybe at an older age or something like that where you can't, bend the knees and go down and get something. You can really just stick this paddle down there and you've got the extra reach or get somewhere and it's fun to hit. This isn't just for beginners. There's a niche. There's a lot of niches for this that if you're trying to get back to the sport or to recovering from an injury or something like that, and you just want to play, hey, this paddle's gold, and you can get out there and play, and you're going to have a lot of fun. It's not going to be frustrating at all. It is relatively quick at the net for it's a bit cumbersome. You would expect that from a 17-inch lock paddle. It's 8 inches wide. It's a little bit cumbersome, not terrible. 8 comes in at 8 ounces. I actually, when I found this paddle plays the best, and you can see where I had some lead tape on here, and moved that sweet spot down a little bit, this paddle was really playable and a lot of fun. Those power numbers, however, didn't come with any lead tape on there. They were just as is. So it is customizable. You could throw some lead tape on here and have a lot of fun with this paddle. It has a niche. It really is. I think I didn't say in the opener this paddle is a 14 millimeter paddle. So that's why the weight isn't terrible. It is the 14 millimeter poly core, so it's relatively thin. You don't need you don't need a 16 millimeter core with this size, or it's just going to become really bulky. But it is a little cumbersome, not bad. I like this paddle. No, it would never go in my bag, obviously, but I think it definitely has a niche, and it is a lot of fun to hit. And if you're searching for something, maybe once again, if you're new to the sport and you're working on topspin, brushing the back of the ball, this gives you a lot of space to, feel comfortable with doing that. You think of maybe trainer paddles of being small, but sometimes just the larger space where you can really hit something and really get a good feeling. This has a lot of, like I said, a lot of niches where it can fit into, and a lot of fun to hit. And once again, I applaud Flik for trying this, kind of throwing it out there and seeing what they might, this sport is in its infancy a little bit, so it might change where we go to a larger size, especially with all the power we have now. Say if they want to knock down that power a little bit, you could actually make the paddles maybe a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. You could go with size where that power isn't maybe so much, if that's something they wanted to do, or change it in the future where it just doesn't become a power sport. That's a totally different discussion, but maybe that's it. Maybe something else, something along these lines. I don't know. I applaud Flik for trying this. I think it's cool. I love their sandbox. If you haven't checked it out, please check it out. It's got some cool stuff there. It does have some approved paddles as well. I'm getting ready to do another one that's on there that is actually an approved paddle that is very cool. But they also have some paddles that are just exactly the same. And I think I've discussed that in the past. And I think I've said this before, it's a lot like the Selkirk, where you can kind of try paddle. They try different things and kind of, get the idea, is this going to work? Is this going to work? And then they'll go ahead and get them approved and go on from there. All right, guys, get out and play. As always, if you've hit this paddle or seen it, I'd love to hear from you. If you've tried this, what you think, I would love to hear. So leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, all those things as always. I will be back with some more content very, very, very soon. Get out and play. I'll be back.